Good morning. It is classroom setup day 3 and I am running late, and I'll explain on my way to go get coffee. So for starters, I'm not going to be looking at the camera because I am driving, but I do need to explain this for today. So today I actually have to be at school at a certain time because I have a meeting with my principal and a couple of other people who are doing the PD for our daycare on the 12th. So we have a meeting this morning that I forgot about until my principal texted us. Oh, I'm out of breath. A reminder. So I actually do have to be at school at 8:30 and it's 8:05 right now. And I wanted to stop and get coffee because I don't intend to leave school until at least 10:30, because after that meeting is over at 9:30, I have a kindergarten screening immediately after that, and I know it's going to be a way longer kindergarten screening than is typical, just because of information I was given that I won't go into details of. So I will have the kindergarten screening, and then my plan is to start working on things in my room again. Like you saw in my last video, I have a 1-year-old daughter, and she was born last May, so last summer I got to spend all of the newborn time with her until we went back to school. And I got all of the newborn snuggles and cuddles, but like, I was ready to go back to school. I was ready to be back into a routine after having a newborn and not sleeping and not having a routine. I was pretty ready. But this summer, after a toddler summer, which is, the newborn snuggles are amazing, but toddler summer is way more fun. We've been able to go to the splash pad and go to the library and do the summer reading program and play at the park and all of those really, really fun things. And I just hate that I have to leave her again. So I've been trying to stay at home as long as possible to be able to put her down for nap time at least once during the day and give her her bottle and give her snuggles. So it's really going to kind of depend on that schedule whether or not I leave anytime soon. Lighting is so good right now. All right, coffee acquired. Today can actually start now. All right, I'm finally in my classroom, and I say finally because it's like 10:15. When I got to school, I had to go pretty much directly into the meeting that I needed because I was running a little bit late today. And then I had my kindergarten screening directly after that, so I was looking through some paperwork to learn some things for that. And then I had the actual screening, which went great. So now I am in my room. Some notable things for today. Number one, the carpets have been taken out of my room, so that way they can work on cleaning them tomorrow, which is fantastic. Those are all out in the hallway. The less than fantastic detail is anything that was in the hallway, because my classroom is close to one of our sets of exit doors. The trash goes through my hallway, and there are 2 trash cans at the end of the hallway for people to put things in that need to be taken out to the dumpster. Well, as a result, all of the stuff that was sitting next to the trash cans and the trash cans are now in my room. And a ladder. Yeah. So you can see some easels and some desk chairs that are being thrown away because they're broken that are in my room. And yeah, so that's something I got to work around. The perils of coming in to set up your classroom 2 weeks before school, before you officially have to come back as a teacher. So it is what it is. I'll just work around it for today. It's not really a big deal. So the tasks on my to-do list today are to put together my standing desk, so that way I can see how that will move around the room, to build the last bookshelf I have to build, the last one, so I can get that put up here so I can start putting things on my shelf. Potentially do bulletin boards, at least do the paper and the border, so that way I can kind of start moving things to be up by the boards and to get everything unpacked. So it's quite the heavy to-do list for today, given that I don't intend to be here past like 1:30. So I'm going to go ahead and get started. Okay, it took longer than I thought it would, but here is my standing desk, all nice and put together. Checking things off the list. Here is my writing center. Obviously, I don't have anything on the bulletin board, but that was not my priority at the moment. So those metal tins that you see will hold supplies like our colors of the world and things like that. The pink caddies will be separated out for crayons by color. So when they need a new crayon color, all they have to do is go to the caddy to grab it. It's super visible. They know where it's at. And I'm also going to do the same thing for markers and colored pencils. I always purchase that with my own money so that way they have extras, and we just separate it out because someone inevitably misplaces, breaks, or whatever, a crayon or colored pencil or marker. It's really not a big deal. I just provide those. And then that one spot, the little table, I moved out of the Discovery Center that was by my teacher's assistant's desk before. And I figured that this little, I don't even know, shelf could be a student station. I'm going to put a container with Band-Aids. Yes, I saw another teacher do this. They give their student Band-Aids, not the pretty ones, not the colorful ones, and give them responsibility and ownership over getting their own Band-Aids. So I'm going to try it out. Oops, tilting it a little bit. And then I'm going to come up with something to go in that bottom section. I'm not really sure. Maybe that'll be whiteboards or clipboards or something. I'm sure I'll need it. And my light, it's really cool. That little white outlet that you see is controlled by a remote, so I can turn my lights on and off. I also put lights around my whiteboard and bulletin boards across the top, and it just makes the room look brighter, more welcoming, and that way I don't have to turn off all of those lights at the end of the day. I just have to push a button and they all turn off. So yeah, this little section of my room turned out great, and I built a bookshelf. So check and check. It's good to sit down for a second. I only have putting things away from what I brought to school on my list. So I've gotten a lot done, which is fantastic. I'm really impressed with how quickly things have gone. I think I'm going to start checking off some of my other things on my list that I can do while I am in here. There are some things that I just won't be able to do, like moving furniture off of the back counter back there, but a good amount of things can be accomplished still. Um, it just is really, I'm kind of stuck because I can't lift things by myself. And I don't have my cube organizer that goes by the door. I don't have my bookshelf, so I can't finish taking stuff down. I have extra tables that I don't need, which means I can't start to pull things together as far as tables go. It just is kind of frustrating because I'm stuck, aside from putting things away. And it's not a huge deal. It's really not. I really, really want to get things done. I really want to feel just the ability to relax, because with having so many things to do, I feel very stressed about it. Even though I know I have plenty of time, I just want it to be done. And I just have to let it go and stay positive and just breathe, because there's still like 2 weeks until everything really has to be done. I love it. It turned out so much better than I thought it was going to, and this is so much better than I even envisioned it, and I love the way that this has turned out. So all I have to do is print and laminate some new labels. I think a banner. I think that's what that's called, a banner that says writing. I think I want it to be pencils, like muted pastel pencils, and have it say writing, and I'll hang that there. I think that would be really, really cute to go along with it. So, yeah. All right. And here is my setup that I have for Discovery Center. I love how this has turned out. And a lot of the stuff that was on my shelf does fit here, which is really nice. So all of these are materials that they will be free to use when they are at the Discovery Center. And for anyone who's super concerned with, oh, your students are just going to stay here and they're going to play, that is a concern of mine as well. This is the first year that I'm setting up my Discovery Center like this, with having the blocks here as well. And I think to kind of help guide students, I can put the lids on those if I don't want them to use them. But that's not really going to be the case of what I want to have happen, because I also have a Lego big drawer full of Legos that's going to go back here. And I'm not just going to have Discovery here, I'm also going to have STEM here, so they can have their building challenges. I get them from Pocket of Preschool. I get my Discovery Center actually from Pocket of Preschool as well. And I think it just offers more open ended learning and discovery, and they do so much learning through that process of being in this area, doing hands on discovery and problem solving and all of those things. So, am I worried about it? A little bit. Am I super duper worried about it? No, not really. I am going to move this though. I have decided that I'm going to keep this put away until we have indoor recess, because I don't want this to be a total distraction back here. So yeah, I am deciding what to do with those bottom two bins. I have all of these blocks that I need to find a place for, and I'm either going to put them in one of these storage spaces and open it up and take some stuff out, or I'm going to put them there. I'm kind of debating, because there are different things that we do. Like, am I going to use the tabletop as the primary place? to put things, or am I going to also like the seasonal things that I change out, or like by unit things that I change out, or am I going to use those 2 bins to hold those and kind of move things around? I don't know yet. I'm still deciding. So that is something that I'm considering. I also know that I can use these 2 bins on the top of the table and do that. Um, I think I am going to put these blocks away though. I think that really is kind of a consensus in my mind, just because I don't have a big enough container to store these in that students would be able to access them regularly with. I think that right there is the perfect spot to put all of the materials that I use seasonally, um, and like the toys that I change out. So yeah, I think that this is looking good, and I'm excited to put the bulletin board stuff up above. So I'm really excited, and I love how it's looking so far. All right, it is 1 o'clock, and I'm going to call it done for today. I got so much done, and I'm so proud of the work that I did get done. My room, while it still looks like an absolute train wreck, is really starting to come together. I think focusing on the zones has been a really good plan, and I am so excited to be able to see how this continues to come together. So thank you for watching. I'm so glad that you are here as always. If you would go ahead and give this video a like and make sure you subscribe so that way you can see how this classroom ends up coming together. I'll see you in the next one. Bye.